Hello, guys. Good day. Trust you're doing wonderful. Trust you're having a great day and your day was productive. Here with you on set is Boshe FS, the number one forest coach and mentor. All right, so today I'm not here to waste your time. I want us to look at an important concept in the financial space. If you're a young adult, if you are a young youth, and you really want to get your life in this angle figured out, I implore you to stick around to the end of this video, because you not just be gaining knowledge, but you be gaining understanding and also wisdom, right? Yeah, because wisdom is the end product of knowledge and understanding. Knowledge is just information, understanding is comprehension, comprehending the information, and wisdom is the application of what you have gotten. And if you eventually get knowledge and then it does not result to wisdom, might not profit you. So please stick around to the end of this video. Don't just get half information in the way, but be ready to build sequentially, right? Yeah, most of us, most times, we are ignorant of some certain important facts about life, and ignorance, like I will always say, ignorance is always the starting point, right? But you don't need to be glued to ignorance. So do well to stick around to the end of this video. I have a lot for you, a lot in store for you, trust me. Yeah, so without wasting much time, let's get to work. All right, so we'll be looking at wealth creation. So what is wealth creation? We'll be examining finance. What is finance? The finance is everything where it comes to talk of money and the management of money. And what is wealth creation? Wealth creation is you transiting from making money, managing money, multiplying money, sustaining money, and maintaining money, right? Yeah, so wealth creation has to do with all of this, and also the legacy and posterity. So that comes to talk of impact. So if you are a young adult, please, I implore you to stick around to the end of this video, because so many a times we are not taught. Most times we are limited by what we are exposed to as education, right? So let me say you are done with the secondary school, you went to the high school. In the high school, the education there is just tailored for your particular profession, right? It's tailored for your particular profession, and that has to do with your particular course of study, right? Yeah, but then you need to be financially intelligent. I need to know the principles of wealth creation. Let me make this clear, that wealth is not only segmented for some people. No, it's not only segmented for some people. Some people are privileged to earn that by relationship. Maybe I have a father that is very wealthy, then I'm wealthy automatic. Maybe I got married to somebody that is wealthy, I'm wealthy, right? So many people are privileged in that way. But just in case you don't have that luxury, right, then you need to obey the principles of wealth creation. Yeah, you need to obey the principles of wealth creation. So without wasting much time, first of all, when we talk about wealth creation starts from a point of understanding. It starts from a point of awareness of what? Of how money works, of how to make money, how to manage money. Very important, because the truth is that everybody, to some extent, they are making money. But how can you transit your making money into wealth creation? That is why this video is personalized for you in particular. And I urge you, please, if you are a young adult, you want to make money, right? And then, okay, you have money to some extent, you want to manage your money and you want to multiply it. Please stick around. I'm not just a forest coach, and I'm also a financial guardian, right? Yeah, in the future, to be more certified with that. Yeah, so we'll talk about wealth creation. First, take note of this. First, you need to look, how do you make money? First, that is the starting point, because if you don't have money, there's no way you can manage money. You cannot manage what you do not have. And if you don't have money, there's no way you can multiply money. Why? Because you don't have it. So first, you need to look how you can make money. And so let me help you with this. Please pay attention. How do you make money? There are many ways you can make money. Number one, You can make money through earned income. Take note. Number one, through earned income. Number two, through portfolio income. And number three, through passive income. Most people are in the realm of making money through earned income, which has to do with salary, right? And it is wonderful. It is very wonderful. See, when you are earning salary, you don't need to perceive it as salary. You need to see it as a stream of income, or you need to see it as income. And then you work how you can transit that income into wealth creation. Yeah, that's why I'm here now for you. All right. So salary, okay, earn income. You earn, you work, you earn. Example for us youths now, some of us are freelancer, some of us are applying for jobs in different platforms, and some of us are already working in good noble companies. So what do? You are already in the first step of wealth creation. I hope I'm communicating. You're already in the first step of wealth creation. Why? Because you are making money, right? And now you want to transit to wealth creation. And please know that wealth creation is not just for some people. It's for those that have financial intelligence. And financial intelligence, you will not learn it anywhere. You will learn it deliberately. Most people learn it through through the hard way, through experience, through losses, but then knowledge is profitable. Okay, wisdom is profitable to direct, like the Bible says. So why not? Why will you want to experience everything by yourself? Most times experience, you might have breakdown, and then you might not have the capacity to recover before you say you want to continue your journey, right? So it is very important that you subscribe to learning, personal development. Very important. You might not have this will not be taught in the school. Back to what we were saying, sorry for just beating around the bush. So wealth creation, I say first you need to learn how to make money. So now check the level you are. And let me tell you this, please let me tell you this. Don't be carried away by what you are seeing, right? Don't be carried away by guys who are just floating around, right? Because most times it is not legit, and we know most times what guys are doing now, it is not legit. I'm telling you, please don't be carried away. This is it. You need to know who you are, and knowing who you are gives you confidence that yes, okay, I'm a Christian right here, and I know my worthiness in Christ. I know that yes, not just determined by who I am now, but I am determined by who I know I am, and in Christ. Yeah, that is my reality. So it doesn't matter what is my circumstance, or what my circumstance is saying, or how much money I have in my bank account, my portfolio standard. No, but it's me, because I am me, right? Things are things, right? But then you need to know how to be in the best position as ever as it is good for you to be, right? So when I say don't be carried away, yes, don't be carried away. Don't be in a haste, because you see, wealth creation takes time. There's nobody that okay, let me tell you this. There's nobody that creates wealth in just just like that. People that blow, they end up getting bust. If you say something blows, what is blow? You say this guy has blow. That's blow. Things that blow, they disintegrate, and we pick the remainings. But when you grow, right, you are there already. You grow and you are there already, and that is where you need to transit. You need to grow. That has to do with personal development. Has to do with you deliberately building up yourself. Very important. Yeah, you need to do with you deliberately building up yourself. And how do you build yourself? Through clips like this, through reading books on personal development, right? And now we are talking about wealth creation. So yeah, enough of all those beating around the bush. So first you need to earn money. So when you want to earn money, you need to look at what you have. Okay, now let me just give you this. There are stages in life, right? We have, okay, from study shows that from the early stage of your life to your 25 years is a stage for learning. Please take note, is a stage for learning. From 25 years, okay, sorry, from 26 years to 50 years is a stage of earning. From 51 years old to 75 years is a stage for legacy, a stage for mentoring, and then from 75 to till dawn is a stage for resting. So come to think of this, if you are in your 20s down, you need to learn. You need to, this is how you create wealth. Now I'm helping you. It's not only about making money, you need to learn. And what are you learning? You need to learn the laws of wealth creation, learn about finance. How does money work, right? How does money work? Because the truth is that there's always a system, there's always some set of there's always a principle, let me put it that. And if you work with that principle, definitely you have the reality. And if you do not work with it, there's no reality for you, because there's no bright future for you. The only future you have is the future you program. Like, tomorrow is today's future, and whatever seeds you are sowing today, that is what you have as future tomorrow. So it's left for you to do what you have to do. So first, I say we have the end income. And if you're in the 25 down, you are privileged. You know that, okay, this is a learning stage, and you need to focus on growth, focus on growth, focus on growth. Most times in our system, like, we don't have, most times there are so many complexities, like maybe from your background there is no support, and a whole lot of stuff. Maybe I'll do another video for that. Yeah, I'll do another video for that. But just in case you are in the state of learning and you have a comfortable environment, don't be carried away by lust. We call it lust or greed. Focus on how you can grow, and this is it. For example, you can grow in your profession and you have an earn income from a good company that are paying you. That is the first level of wealth creation, and it is good. It is good. Don't let nobody whine you that you are going to school and you can have a good job, and you can be the best in your job, and you can get promoted, and you can earn income, and then you translate it to wealth. So you 25 years down, you are supposed to be learning. That is how you learn. And the most interesting thing in learning is that you cannot learn and not earn. You cannot learn and not earn, right? The best hedging against inflation, or let me say the best investment against inflation, is you learning, investing in yourself. Because as you grow, your worth, your value cannot be underestimated by inflation. Rather, you outgrow inflation. So you need to learn. And this is it. When you are learning, you come to talk about, okay, how do you create stream of income? Then you now study who you are, right? You study what you have. You study what you can do. You study your abilities. You now study other things, because that is not just it. For you to know how to make money, some people, they say they are entrepreneurs. Some people, they say they are, they are civil servants, right? Each way is good, and career is good. So whichever way you are, you need to know. Fine, okay, if you have an entrepreneur, you need to start learning about entrepreneurship. Learning, okay, what does it take to make money as an entrepreneur? With that, I'm telling you the truth, you have sufficient knowledge to write that through. That is update I'm giving you now. You have sufficient knowledge, so you need to learn. Most people come and meet me, oh, I want to make money. Okay, what will I do? What will I do? Invest in yourself, learn. And if you are still privileged to be in the 25 years down, learn. Okay, now let me tell you this. As a career person now, you can start learning how you can secure a good job. And I tell you, it is possible. People that leave things to chance, they are the ones that are not lucky. Because every luck is programmed. And every luck, there is no luck that is not programmed. And unfortunately, it's not luck, it's pre-programmed, it's deliberate decisions. Right? So if you want to be good in your career, you can start now and putting your time in studying about your career. Learn about your career. Learn how you can secure good job in that career space, and you learn how you can remain significant, so that you can be valuable and you can keep earning. Right? Yes. But just in case you're an entrepreneur, please don't read an entrepreneur. See, there's a whole lot of you need to consider some things for you to say you're an entrepreneur. Because see, there's some people that have ideas but they don't have money. There's some people that have money but they don't have ideas. So you now as an entrepreneur, you can have an idea, a concept, and you can be somebody that have money, and you can work together. Chicken, I see. Partnership is one of the ways in which you can create a stream of income. Right here. So you need to learn how to make money. So that is number one. And there are different ways. Yeah, there are different ways. If you want to really know more, you can book a mentorship session with me, and then I can guide you through. Yeah, and you discover something unique that you can do. Right? Yeah. And again. So when you pass the, okay, like I say, you have earned income, sorry, we have portfolio income, and then we have passive income. So passive income is an income where you just work once in a time. Like you just, I can just work maybe in 1 month's time, 1 week, and then I'll keep earning, right? And then portfolio income is income, it's income that has to do with portfolio, right? When we talk about the capital market, money is just portfolio. And the portfolio, portfolio status can be, it can be subject to instability, right? But then it's also an income if only you know the right thing to do, right? Yeah. So the second aspect of wealth creation is what, as we call it, financial intelligence, is learning how to manage money. And this is learning how to manage money is a skill, and it's not just a skill, but it requires discipline. I'm telling you the truth. So if you have passed the first phase, now you are out of your 25 years of your life, right? And maybe you are in the 26 and you start earning. You need to learn how to manage money. Please don't be like don't be like the servant in the Bible that was unfaithful, that Jesus entrusted him with talents, that go and work with it, and he came back disappointed because he was not able to even manage the money well, and then he just went and dig it, bury the talent. No. But when you start earning money, you need to know how to manage the money. Yeah, and then you need to know how to multiply it. But let's look at management. Money management it has to do with financial intelligence. Yes. So you need to know how to manage money. One of the ways in which you manage money is security in the income stream. I'm helping you now. Please pay attention. What do I mean by security in the income stream? Most people, they have income stream, but they have jobs. But what, they can fire you in that job, right? Yes, they can fire you in that job. And why now you need to know, okay, what are the eventualities that can happen or that might take place to make them fire you. You need to start working on that. Okay, maybe you are not productive in your place of work, they need to start building your capacity, because in the workplace they go by value and productivity. If they are not valuable, with no time you'll be screened and you can be fired. Yeah. So you need to work on your value, how you can remain relevant in that space, in that particular career, right? How you can have capacity, how you can know how to speak the language of that your particular industry with competence and with professionalism, right? How you can remain a lot more, how you can be better. And that is how you get promoted, and that is how you secure your security of that income stream. That is number one. That's how you manage your money. Security in that your income stream, and you are even being promoted, right? So that is how you manage your money, but that is not all. So managing money again has to do with you. See, you never spend all the money you earn. Now you have earned money, you need to manage the money. And to manage money, the second way of you managing money is what we come to talk of savings. Please, if you have started earning money, please don't do the mistake of just living only for today alone. No, please. The difference between rich and wealthy. There were so many people that were rich, and today they are down, they are poor. Why? Because they lack management skill. And one of the skill of management is that never spend all what you earn. Yeah. So in what you earn, you must have a savings. Have a savings, and the recommended amount and percentage for saving is 10% of your account. Right? You can save 20%, 20% save. Right? So your income is 100%. Okay, charity or tithes 10%. Then the remaining 20% is for savings. Please practice savings. That's how you manage your money. And then the remaining 70, you cannot plan your life with the 70. You know why? Because if you don't save, there is no future for you. Right? And if you don't save, you cannot transit into wealth creation, into the last principle of wealth creation. That is what? That is multiplying money. So now, how do you multiply money? How do you multiply money? There's only one way, and one way alone you can multiply money, and which is what? Investment. Investment. So now you can say, okay, how do I have the money to invest? Because investment has to do with risks. Okay, it has to do with money. If you don't have money, you cannot invest. If you don't have money, no, you can't invest. You can't invest if you don't have money. So you need to have money. So why? First, you need to earn money. You secure the stream of income. You manage the money by saving. So now, what do you do with your savings? Your savings serve several purposes, and which I'll just mention two purposes. Number one is for emergency, and please, the emergency is not just, there are different types of emergency, but the emergency is not just you feeding your maybe feeding your how will I put it now, maybe feeding your lust or feeding your greed. No, no, many people do the mistake of, maybe you save money and then you just use it without. See, the purpose of savings is, I will just say two, is number one for solving emergencies, like for attending to emergency situation, and number two is for investment. And now for you to create wealth, we will narrow down on investment. So now this is a new section, right? I love speaking on investment. Yeah, I love speaking on investment. So what is investment? Investment is the ability for you to manage money and to grow money. And for you to be financially intelligent, you need to have investment mentality. And investment mentality is all about, is concerned about you. Anything you have, any money you have, how do you multiply that money? That is what investment mentality is concerned about. How do you multiply the money, right? How do you, how do you multiply the money? Like any money that comes to you, you are thinking, how do you multiply the money? Not just spending, because there are three things you can do with money. You can either waste money, spend money, or invest money. So financial intelligence is first, what do you do with money? Okay, how do you multiply money? Sorry. And then how do you acquire more assets than liability? Because what are assets? Assets are the engines or the vehicles for wealth creation. How do you acquire assets than liability? Most times people just, or young people mostly, they just like to show off. You start earning money and then you just want to tell your people that you are making money. You lack financial intelligence. Financial intelligence, there's a principle called the 70-30 principle. You don't spend all what you have, you save, and you also have a system of giving, charity, tithe. Very important. That is investment mentality. So, and last, investment mentality is concerned with you able to create system that can generate money for you without your engagement. Yeah. So now let's bring this to perspective now. Financial intelligence, you need to have financial intelligence for you to operate in the realm of investing. And now when we are talking about investing, you don't even need to have only financial intelligence, but you need to have financial intelligence quotient, because there are many investors that are bankrupt, that they are, they have so many problems or so many more. So if you need a coaching on investment, I have a whole lot of experts, a team, not even me. I'm even subjected to them, so I can lead you, and and we can help you on investments, right? But I'll speak on that now. So when we talk about investment, that is the ability for you to be able to multiply money. And how do you multiply money? It's only by investment. And so let me give you this now. There are three vehicles in which you use to multiply money. Yeah, like vehicles now. Vehicles. So first, we have businesses, right? Businesses. First is businesses. And you know what business is? You having an idea, funding, packaging the idea, and as a product or as a service. That's what we come to talk of productivity. And then you relate it to the customer that needs your services or your product. And also, the second way is real estate. How you accumulate. You see, when we talk about wealth now, wealth, we talked about assets. What is real estate? Real estate is you acquiring assets. Real estate, you acquire assets like buildings. There are many ways to do in real estate. I cannot even finish that now, but I'm just giving you the vehicles now. Real estate, businesses, and the last one is what we call the capital market. You see, the capital market, I am there. If you need inside, you need a financial mentoring or a financial coaching section on how you can invest in the capital market. I can help you with that, at least, yes, with some experts. With our team, we work with an agency, we can help you with that. Yeah. So I will not just be the one, but we will tailor to your personal needs, right? Yeah. So the capital market is where we come to talk of financial markets, where we come to talk of the money market. And these are portfolios incomes. So in any way you want to multiply your money, you need to invest. And you can invest in real estate, you can invest in portfolio market, and you can invest in business. And the three of them, they have their advantage and disadvantage. So what is investment? First, investment is you risking a particular amount of money to make a particular amount of money. In investment, we talk about risk to reward. This, what are you risking to make this? And now I have mentioned three vehicles. So if you check now, so if I say real estate is a passive income. It might take time, right? So the one of the disadvantage of real estate is that it cannot be liquidated on time. Like, right, there are different ways to go about real estate, but you just need to know that it might not be available on time. And then the other one is where we have the when we talk of business. Business, it can be cash flow. It can be business, it can be turnover. You are seeing inflow of cash, and to some extent you need inflow of cash. You need inflow of cash to stay afloat in businesses. And right, then when you talk about the portfolio market, that's when you talk about liquidity, you talk about forex trading, the financial market, you talk about stocks, shares, you talk about bonds, equities, you talk about ETF, you talk about how do you invest in this financial commodity, in this financial product. So now, like any other product and services, that's how the portfolio market is. Yeah, which is the capital market. So the financial market is the broad umbrella where we have the capital market and the money market, right? Yeah. And so let's just look at the capital market. I stand there at the capital market. So capital market, when we talk about the stocks and shares, what is stock? Stock refers to you owning a unit of the overall capital of a particular company. So if you buy a stock in, maybe let's use the Nigerian system. If you buy a stock with Dangote Cement, you have a share in their overall company price. And how do you earn from stock? You earn through dividends, you earn through appreciation in the worth of that company, and you earn through bonuses. Yeah, right. Yeah. And also we also have the mutual fund and managers that helps you manage your money, your portfolio, and then gives you income. And it is consistent. And then we have the bonds. What is bonds? Bonds is the federal government offering you a certificate. In the certificate carries in it an agreement of repayment of a particular amount. Like they are loaning money from you the government is loaning money from you on behalf of the central bank, and they are offering you a certificate of repayment. Yeah. And we have treasury bills. Treasury bills is under the money market. Treasury bills is the bank on behalf of the government. Also, all of this now has a fixed amount of interest. That's how you grow money, right? So you need to migrate from savings to investments. You need to migrate from savings. Everything you are doing, if you are saving now, if you are done with saving, I know it takes time. That is why how early you start matters. So let me tell you, these are the factors of investment. Number one, we have time, we have planning, we have compound interest, we have capital, we have annuity. So all of these, I don't even have the time to explain it, but these are all the factors to consider when investing. And so this is it. I'll end with this, and there's a whole lot to say, but I don't want to bore you, with a whole lot of stuff. I just want you to get this. So first, you need to know how to make money, manage money, and multiply money. When you start multiplying money, that is when you start building and accumulating wealth. You start accumulating assets more than liability. That is where you practice frugality. And that is one of the secret of the wealthy. They never spend unnecessary. You need to, for them to pay for this, they are sure that they have an asset that is willing to pay for this. And maybe you don't have much and you're blaming that this man is very greedy. No, he's operating by principles. It's not that he's greedy, he's operating by principles. Anyone you see just spend the most times are the ones that just start touching money. They can spend. Why? Because it is shocking. They just want to show that yes, they have arrived, and there's no need for all of that. If you are very sincere to your future, You need to focus on building wealth, because see, when you are done in this life, you need to have a legacy. You need to have a posterity. Legacy is what you leave for the world. Posterity is what you leave for your family, for your children, for your grandchildren, right? And you need to have all of this sorted out. So with this, let me just recap over. How do you make money? You make money by learning how to make money and investing in financial intelligence, right? Yeah. I'm reading books on financial intelligence because that will not be even taught in school. Yeah. And again, how do you, that is just, yeah, in a nutshell. So how do you manage money? By first securing that source of income. Secure it, very important, because you can be replaced at any time. Secure it, and then practice the law of saving, the 70-30% rule. You never spend all what you have. No, you know you'll be broke. You are practicing the law of the poor. Let me just be plain. Rich people do not spend all what they have, no matter what is coming in, except it's just from an asset. Yeah. So save 20% of your income, and yeah, you spend 70 and use that 70. Do your budget, do your planning. You know why? Because will never be enough for you. It will never be enough, right? But you can start using it to practice the law of wealth creation by saving. And now when you finish from saving are for two things. What? It is for emergency, and number two, it is for investment. So when you save, you need to invest. And see, investment is a whole lot. Scripture, Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 6, say, cast your bread upon the waters, and by many days you will find it. Give a portion to 7, because you don't know the evil that might come upon the land, right? If you read it in the new living translation, it invest in many places, because you do not know. Okay, please just go and read that scripture, you gain clarity. So this is in investment. You need financial intelligence quotient. See, there are many ways you do this. You don't need to do it by yourself. You need to meet an expert to guide you in investing, because most people, they invest. Me, I invested and I thought that was wise, but I ended up nothing, right? So even in the financial market, you know, me, I'm a forex trader. Like, I'll coach you how you create wealth with forex. I will coach you. DM me, or use the description there and tell me that, yeah, I want to learn more about forex, then I'll be there for you, right? But now we're talking about financial. Okay, we are talking about wealth creation. So you need to know how to invest your money, because not all investment are really investment. Remember, people invest in CBEX, and what happened? You need to have quotient. You don't need to, god. Anyway, that might be for another video, so I don't want to bore you more. This is like 33 minutes, right? So I remain Boshe FS. I remain your one and only forex mentor and coach. I'm always available, right? I'm not always available, but for you, a strategic session with you, I'm available. So thank you very much. Do well to destroy the subscribe button for more videos like this coming in. Yeah, and as well, do well to like and give your comment in the comment section. Thank you very much. Thank you. Peace out.